That'll teach me to try my hand at gardening.
How long do you suppose it's been, then?
I don't know. Must have been disturbed when the tree came down.
So it could be really old.
I suppose.
Well, what do we do now?
Well, I'd better phone the police.
Do you want me to call them?
No. Should be me.
Let me at least call Dr. Carter. I've never seen you as bad as that.
No, honestly, I'm fine now.
It will put my mind at rest.
Yeah, police, please. Hello, Jonathan Knopf. I've made an unfortunate discovery while digging the garden.
I think you better come over.
Halkett House.
Here comes Mrs. Clay.
Hey, what are you doing here? Aren't you supposed to be spending every spare minute of your honeymoon with your husband?
Yeah, he's busy sanding. How's Baby Joe?
Oh, he's doing well, yeah. A lot better than anyone expected, actually. What you got there?
Yeah, I couldn't wait to show you.
Oh, look. Oh, doesn't Jimmy look dashing?
Oh, Cherry looked lovely.
Oh, sweet.
Marina, come and look.
Sweet.
Oh, I love it. Can I have a copy?
Yeah, sure. Where is Loverboy today?
House calls. He's got the afternoon off.
Oh, look, that's lovely. Oh. Hey, listen, Cherry, I'm ever so sorry. I would love to stay and look at these, but I've got a mountain of paperwork that I've got to do this afternoon, so not the time.
Yeah, sure.
OK, Karen, no calls, no interruptions, all right?
No calls.
Mrs. Brooks phoned. She was worried about you.
You shouldn't be here.
It's only a cold, and you know I can't stand being cooped up. Are you all right?
I think so.
Well, why don't you go inside? I'll look after things.
Still lots to do. The estate agent's due tomorrow.
Are you really going through with it?
I don't know. I hope so.
Have you done anything about this?
Well, yeah. Indeed I have.
Mill Health Centre?
Hi, can I speak to Julia Parsons, please?
No, I'm sorry, she's not available at the moment. Can I take a message?
It's her daughter-in-law.
Oh, well, just hang on. Let me see if I can get her.
I thought I said no calls.
No, Julia, listen,
Instruction, Karen.
I'm sorry, she's gone to lunch, but if you'd like to leave a message, I'll make sure she gets it.
It doesn't matter.
David.
I told Mrs. Brooks not to bother you.
It's no bother. How is he?
He's fine.
Well, seeing as I'm here, a wicked messenger falls into mischief, but a faithful ambassador
Brings forth healing.
Something my uncle used to say.
Proverbs 13.
Another family mystery solved.
Heston?
Jonathan.
Dr. Carter, isn't it? I would. Mr. Knopf, I need to show you something. It's quite a deep grave. Someone took their time. But the tree roots grew through it, and when the tree came down...
How old is the body?
Well, we're getting the remains radiocarbon dated, but put it this way, it's not time, team. Tom. It looks like it's been torn from a book. I'm told the soil is unusually dry around here, but even so, it's a miracle it survived at all. Can't be more than 50 years old. Are you all right? Dr. Carter!
Yes?
Come.
Deep breath, Jonathan. Just concentrate on your breathing. That's it.
Is the body male or female?
We're pretty sure it's an adult male. Why? Do you think you know who it is?
It's my father.
Yeah. Hi. Oh, love. I wanted to show you this. I've got a gorgeous picture of you and Mandy.
Really?
That?
Yeah, that's really nice.
You are seeing her again, aren't you?
I very much doubt that.
I thought you guys were getting on really well.
Yeah, well, she seems to have got the wrong end of the stick. I don't think that tattoo helped. She now thinks I'm going out with Kevin.
I thought you guys were a really good match.
Yeah, it was probably for the best. She was way out of my league.
Don't be silly. Anyway, love is in the air.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, well, think about it. Me and Jimmy have just got hitched. Heston and Marina have got back together. So I'm going to call Mandy and set her straight.
No, you're not, Cherry.
It happened at my wedding, so I feel responsible.
Cherry, love, please don't do it.
Can I have a word?
Oh, I'll be in the utility room if you need me.
How well do you know Jonathan Knopf?
Not as well as I thought.
Okay, how long have you known him?
Oh, we met years ago, bonded over a love of the classics.
You stayed in touch?
Not really. We bumped into each other at a concert in Birmingham.
And now you're his doctor. He strikes me as a bit of a recluse. If I was to suggest he's depressed or has mental health issues.
I can neither confirm nor deny.
Perhaps triggered by something he saw at a young age. Something he never told the
I
police.
can't discuss my patient. You know that.
Just doing my job, Dr. Carter.
As am I.
I'm sorry I lied to you about my father. If it's any consolation, I told everyone the same story. I probably even believed it myself after a while.
So what really happened?
I was 9 and about to play in a concert with the school orchestra. My father had to stay at home. Business matters. He told me to pretend he was there, cheering along.
Did the concert go well?
Oh, yes. What we lacked in technique, we made up for with enthusiasm. And when we came back, the light in my father's study was still on, but he was nowhere to be seen. He'd vanished. Once he officially became a missing person, the police did what they could, but...
You never saw him again?
No, and never found a body either. He left a note, rambling, incoherent, kept talking about his guilt. Little wonder I'm so messed up. Do you know, there are some days I can't even answer the phone?
You've been making a lot of progress.
Oh, if you say so, it must be true. Will you help me, Heston?
Of course.
No, I mean, will you help me find out what happened?
If I can.
Then come with me. Do even after all these years, I still think of this as my father's study.
Our fathers cast very long shadows.
He used to come in here for hours on end and just stare into space. When he disappeared, I couldn't understand why he thought so little of me and Mum.
Did you blame yourself?
Isn't that what children do? Oh, that's odd.
What?
The last time I saw him, he was working at that desk, but when we came back, there was nothing on it apart from the note and a Hebrew Bible, Tanakh.
Was he Jewish?
No, but it was as if he'd been reading it right at the end, and there was a page missing. When the police decided it wasn't relevant, it went up on the shelf. I used to look at it from time to time when I was younger. It was covered in soft brown leather. It was here.
D.I. Wood?
Yes.
Ah, listen, I found you here.
I can't allow unauthorised access inside the barrier.
Oh, you weren't so strict earlier when you wanted to see how Jonathan would react. That paper you found with the remains,
Yes.
I think it's from a Tanakh, specifically the one that was left when Wilinov disappeared. Do you mind if I have a look at it?
You're not going to tell me you read Hebrew?
No, I have many talents, but that linguistic skill is not one of them.
Well, we've already had it translated. We sent a sample away to an expert in London.
And?
Psalm 94. One part of it is underlined. He will repay them for their iniquity and wipe them out for their wickedness. Ring any bells?
Afraid not.
Well, whoever he is, he paid a hefty price. Looks like he was shot.
Oh, Karen, hey, listen, I am sorry about earlier on, you know, what with one thing and another.
No, it's okay. Did you get my email?
What email?
About the phone call. It was Sally.
It was Sally? What did she want?
Well, she didn't say.
Well, why didn't you tell me it was her?
Because you wouldn't let me get a word in edgeways.
What are you looking at?
I'm not sure.
If you found something. Please, Heston.
The missing page from the Tanakh is from Psalm 94.
So?
It's a key passage used by the Avengers after World War II.
Avengers?
Jewish group that hunted down Nazis and people involved with concentration camps.
So you're saying my father was a Nazi?
Just trying to understand why a non-Jew would be found with that piece of paper in his hand.
No, you've got to be wrong.
Jonathan.
These are my father's papers, and they turned up a few years ago. I couldn't bring myself to look at them.
Wilinov, born in Germany. Came to Britain in 1950.
It's bad enough to think my father was a coward. But to imagine he was...
Roaring fire?
I'm just about to burn some leaves.
What now?
Well, David asked me to.
David asked you.
Yeah, normally he'd do it, but he's still under the weather.
Was he here in 1964?
Oh, no, he came a few years after that. Jonathan's mother lost interest in the garden, so David stepped in and he's been helping out ever since. He says he won't stop until they carry him out in a wooden box.
Where is he now?
Well, assuming he hasn't gone home, he'll be in his workshop.
Oh, thank you, Mrs. Brooks. David, I wonder if you could help me. I'm looking for a book.
What book?
The Tanakh that was in Wilinov's study when he disappeared.
Well, I wasn't working here then.
I know, but someone took it from the study earlier today.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Perhaps not. You do seem to have an excellent knowledge of the Hebrew Bible.
So?
And you had access to it earlier when we were in the tent. In fact, you've had access to it the whole time you've been working here. All those years, watching over it.
Why on earth would I want to do that?
You tell me. Maybe you think you're protecting Jonathan. I'm told it has a distinctive leather cover. I can't let you destroy it.
You're right about one thing. I am protecting Jonathan.
From what? I can't protect you. I have to tell the police.
I don't care what happens to me.
You have to tell Jonathan. He knows some of it already.
Half the truth is terrible enough. What he doesn't know.
Won't hurt him. Oh, come on. Does he look like a man at peace to you?
What are you doing?
I've just discovered my father was a monster.
Every day I ask myself if your father was a monster. Some days I think he was no worse than the rest of us.
You never said you knew him.
I never said lots of things.
We don't have secrets, David. At least I didn't think we did.
Please, let me explain. I said I was from Switzerland, didn't I? That my family managed to see out the war. Actually, my hometown is Sighet, which is now in Romania, and my family are Jewish. We were deported to Auschwitz in May 1944. My father and I were selected for forced labor and sent to Buchenwald. I survived the war, but my father and my mother... Believe me, Jonathan, I know all about absent parents.
You never told me any of this.
You have heard, of course, of the Nuremberg trials. 24 individuals accused of crimes against humanity. 24. Later, another 300 Nazis were imprisoned, but you know, it takes more than 300 men to organize the extermination of 6 million souls. In 1964, a group of Holocaust survivors, now living in the UK, began to meet. They looked to the original Avengers for inspiration, and to my eternal regret, I was one of them.
And my father?
In 1945, Villeneuve was stationed at Bergen-Belsen. He surrendered with the British and Canadian troops, liberated the camp. Later, he was put on trial, but acquitted. The vengeance group decided that he would be their first victim.
Sally, hi, it's me again. Just making sure that you got my first message. Happy to talk anytime. So hope that we speak later. Okay, bye.
We knew your father would be on his own, and they said it would be easy. But when it came to the time, your father spoke only of his immense regret. I said that the Torah forbids murder and that vengeance rests only with God.
So what happened?
I was overruled. The rest of them were defiant. They wanted everyone to know who this body was and why he had been killed. I persuaded them to at least let your father write a suicide note so that the truth would be hidden from the family. One of the men ripped a page out of the Tanakh, a terrible thing to do, and said that the body must be buried with it to ensure that God would not forget the wicked things that had been done against his people. It was my job to dig the grave. I saw that a tree had just been planted. It seemed a good place to bury a body.
Hiya. Can I get you another drink? I'm fine, thanks. Look, about the wedding, I'm really sorry. Not sorry I found out the truth, or sorry. There's nothing going on with me and Kevin. Other than the fact that you've slept with him 3 times and he's got your name tattooed on his backside. Me and Kevin, we don't even get on half of the time. and he's really not my type. That's all you need to know.
Seems a bit more complicated than that.
I was drunk. Mate, I was really drunk, and I know it sounds bad, but I can't remember anything.
3 times, Freya. 3 times.
Well, what do you want me to say? I'm sorry. I'm not Mother Teresa.
You must feel something for him.
No, I don't. It was a horrible, horrible mistake.
Oh, but what about this tattoo? Like, I don't get it.
Yeah, I don't get that either, but I have made some epic messes in my life, but I don't regret anything as much as sleeping with him.
What is going on?
Jonathan's had some bad news.
Don't worry. I'm not going to run away.
Did you tell him everything?
Do you think I did the right thing?
Is what Mr. Knopf tells me true? David Miller, I'm arresting you for the murder of Willie Knopf.
No, you've got it wrong.
You do not have to say anything, but it may harm your defence if you do not mention when questioned something you later rely on in court. Anything you do say may be given in evidence.
I suppose the police will be wanting this.
I know you feel betrayed.
That's one way of putting it. He should have told me a long time ago.
I think he wanted to. That's why he worked here. Why he stole the Tanakh earlier. He wanted to protect you.
He was a good friend.
David got involved in something very powerful and only realized when it was too late.
A bit like my father, you mean?
You can think of your father as a monster if you want. But was he cruel to you? Did he treat your mother badly?
No.
He got involved in terrible things. But he was your father. He never wanted to be absent.
Remember that thing we were talking about?
That still doesn't change who he was.
You still don't believe me, do you?
I don't know. Suppose Cherry hasn't got any reason to lie for you.
Ask anyone at the mill. They will all say there's nothing going on between me and Kevin.
My problem is I've always tended to steer clear of bi girls. Never sure if they're really committed, you know?
Yeah, because we can't ever make up our minds. I get that all the time. I used to be bisexual. I'm not quite so sure. It's rubbish. The truth is, I'm not indecisive. I know what I want, I know who I am, I know what makes me tick.
And what does make you tick?
Well, when I fall for someone, they have to be witty and charming and intelligent. And when I fall for someone, gender's irrelevant. It's the person that matters.
You know, I think I will have that drink after all.
I never did thank you, Heston. I said I wanted to find out what happened, and...
Thank the storm that blew down the tree. I just followed in its wake.
Well, actually, if you wouldn't mind, perhaps you could pop over sometime next week. I need some advice. Non-medical, for a change. I want to put this place on the market, and I need to do it properly.
You're finally going to leave?
Yes. Yes, this time I think I am.
Well, it's not really my area of expertise, but under the circumstances, I will be delighted to help. You off somewhere?
The police station. I don't still know what to make of all this yet, but there's someone there who needs my help.
Hello?
Julia, it's Sally.
Sally? Hi, how are you?
Now,
long time. How's Chloe?
She's fine. Look, I've got a conference this weekend and I can't find anybody to look after her. And I know it's short notice, but...
No, it's fine. Of course, I'd love to do it.
She has been asking when she'll see Nadia again.
So, where are you living? How's the new school?
I haven't forgotten about what happened, Julia. Let's just stick to practicalities, shall we?
Yeah, of course.
Look, I'll bring her around tomorrow afternoon, OK?
That would be fine, yeah.
But if Patrick finds out, if he turns up out of the blue, or I find out that you've told him, there'll be no repeat of this arrangement, OK?
Yeah, I understand.
Hello? Who's there?
It's Daddy's beautiful boy.
Don't boost his ego too much. I'll start turning into you.
I'm so sorry.
What's the matter with him?
I don't know.
Help me. I wanted everything to be, perfect, you know?
Tyler's trying to